Today we are going to demonstrate, explain about the classes. The first I want to explain what is class and why it is required for our programming things. So coming to the class is a blueprint of the program. Like when we started any uh, application or something like any programming stuff, it's a kind of blueprint of our object. If suppose the fundamental concept of class is like creating a template that defines a different properties, and those properties having a perfect some similarity of behaviors and characteristics of an object. It's the concept of the defining a structure of a behavior of object. Just coming to that, the class have essentially having a different design patterns and templates and different properties and behaviors. But what are the inside the properties, we can call it as a data members, and inside we whatever the methods, we can call it as a functions. So for outliner, I just want to give a one kind of structure. Why this class will be, how the class will be looking like. If you can see line number 2, we are generating the program. If we are running any program through a class only. In the many cases, if the C sharp also starting with the program class, inside the programming class, we have one method that is a main method. Right now, based on this programming class, if we run the F5 button, the C sharp will, the compiler will understand the classes only from the C sharp. The compiler .NET framework completely understand the classes structures only. So right now, this is the main programming class. We are just discussing about the what is class like that, right? So already we had a discussion with what is data types. We have a integer data type and string and boolean and array like this. The collection of data types also here. So different data types we had. So combining all these different data types into a one unit, that is called a class. Suppose if I define one class like this, public with the public access keyword and class name as, we can use, sorry, instead of that we can take that example here. Already I had created a set of examples for better understanding. Like this. Yeah, let's explore like this. Line number 6, public class car. The car, if suppose we can consider car as a class, inside the car we have a we regularly we can see that car having a different parts. Suppose we would like to make a car, we have a different parts. If you suppose I want to take a simple synonym, what is the year of making year and what is the model of the car and when it is created, in the manufacturing, and or it is released in the year like that. So here we are using different data types like string and integer. Suppose I want to make one more variable like boolean in the sense like is EV car like that, and I want to know about this price of the car as well, how much price it is actually like that. So for the price, what we are using is right double R float data types. Right now, the double I can use because the car value would be like lakhs. Like so, the better length we can use, right? That's the reason I'm using double as a data type, price of the car. So like this way, all the data members we can wrap up into the class. Suppose you can see if here is a different data types I had used. All this kind of members completely call it as a properties. The car having a different kind of properties. Make is a one property, model is a one property, year is a one property, each EV car is a one property, price is a one property. Each property having their own accessing and ability of values, assigning values. So so suppose for right now we are already we had mentioned all the properties, right? Coming to this, if I want to access these properties from other class, like uh, here why we actually some of them okay, if this car is there, but where I want to use this car models and make things. So if suppose you want to use these properties into the different other class, so I'm trying to use other class like public class engine. In this engine class I want to use this car class. So for this one in this time I want to create for this, it is a object will come into the picture in this time. What I'm trying to give, like right, car, create a instant with new keyword to car. This way we can access all the variables dot okay. Let's first I would like to make sure the car having what are the attributes. This is called as completely data members. So inside that we can maintain a different methods. Suppose I want to make another two three methods as well, like final price, like this method. In the final price I want to give like this. So basically the class having different data members and different methods. These methods are called it as a functions as well. And coming to line number 16, we have public void display info. Why we are using void here and why we are using line number 21 string? Why can't we use the different data types also? We can use, but actually the void it they are always will gives the no return. So the display info directly shows that okay, if you suppose you want to utilize this car and just using that method, you directly we can execute this display info method and get the result set with a console write line. If you using this string, that return type will always be string. If I want to remove this string, I can give the some integer value. It always throws the error like this. okay, you are not cannot implicitly convert the integer to string because the return type is in string. So that's the reason we can't make it as a integer. So that's the way we can define the class with different properties like attributes and different methods like void and string, and also I can give some other attributes also like methods, integer, and insurance amount. So here I can give that 10 89,000. This is the insurance amount. So here the method I have created in the line number 26 with the return type as integer. With the return type, whatever mentioned is 89,000 of insurance amount. So we can declare the variables properties. At the same time, we can declare the different functions with the different return type. What is the mention of 23 line return, right? If suppose any method, if, if we want to access outside, if you can access outside, you want to set the value, then you can utilize get and set keywords. Suppose the get keyword, if you use this car class in outside and yes, get the some value from this make model, so that the case we can use the get keyword. The set keyword, if you want to set the make model some value like this return value, then you can use the set keyword. Without this get set keywords, we can't make these properties to outside, and easily we can't get the value as well from the outside. This is most important get and set why we use. And even if you can see this car class, we all if you differently in the interviews are also they definitely ask what is the class, what the properties, and how you can define the class inside that objects are like that. So you blindly you can take the one example. The class is a blueprint of a object, and in the class we have a data members associated with different methods and different return types. We should, this is the standard for that everyone should I mean in interviews, in the oops concepts are mainly useful. Then the interviewer can ask the questions like a small twisted way, what are the data members. You can see that then you need to answer like the properties belongs to the class is nothing but a data members. What are the functions in class? So then that time you need to mention the methods inside the class is coming under the functions. So that's the way we need to define to him and answer the question like the way. And coming to, if suppose once the class is ready with the attributes and methods, we can utilize this class once wherever our making a structure with the, suppose if we combining all the data types into one unit, and these all data types we can utilize in some other places to assign some values, define some values, and return some values like that. That's the cases whatever the application demands, we can utilize these values and assign the value and the EV car price and like that. So combining of all the data types into one single unit, combining of all the methods from one single unit is completely the structure is coming under the class. Any doubts on this class, like a car class, how we can create like this? Please ask. Mohan, do you have any doubts here?
Yeah, yeah. Ram. Variables is different and attributes are different. Both are different.
You mean, can you please again? I didn't get
Yeah,
it.
we have variables, right?
Correct, correct.
Yeah, you are here. You declare attributes, right?
Yeah, nothing. Okay, see, the naming convention make the difference, but if you can use like in a
Okay.
equal to 10 like this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Generally, we're using the integer data type a equal to 10. The
Okay,
same way, I'm
okay,
using the public access modifier generally
okay,
because I want to use this string and integer values outside. I told you right previously, public, if you make it as a public class,
okay,
I can utilize this car class in different classes.
okay,
Okay, so
okay,
I would like to explain suppose where I can access like this, but the data types whatever here mentioned there is no much difference,
okay,
only the mentioning I'm not assigning the value here, that's the
okay,
thing only. If I want to assign the value we can assign the value, no problem.
okay,
Okay, we can assign the value,
okay,
so like that we can assign the value as a 10.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Mm.
because I'm just giving the explanation of things, that's why I'm giving you.
Yeah, actually, I'm confused. Like, what is
Ah,
get? What is set?
correct,
Get
correct.
means yeah, get
Hmm.
set.
Hmm. Get and set means we can set the value or get the value like because the class is that kind of structure. But usually you can get more, differentiation once you are started programming, right? So,
Oh,
but you are asking what or the question is a good question because that is who is understanding. They are definitely get this kind of question.
yeah.
Actually, the data members will use right, but we can call is why we are calling it is attributes or fields making like that in the car class we can call instead of data member like that the wrapping of all these members, right? So
Okay.
one unit like attributes we define as attributes.
Um, set means input. Get means output. We can imagine like that.
Exactly, not in input, I
Mhm.
like as you mean get means um if you suppose this line number 11 public int year equal to 10,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah,
The year value always will be 10 if wherever I can use the car dot year.
yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I set the value as a 10,
Yes.
there is no option to get the value of year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
you got the point, right? I mean, I'm constantly set this point as a 10,
Yeah.
but in the make line number 9 we have a make with the
Okay.
get and set.
Okay.
We can get the value as a dynamically
Okay.
and set the value also as a dynamically.
Okay.
Okay, because of dynamic nature we can use this get and set value.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
If we have fixed values, then we can directly declare that value. If you
Yeah,
don't know fixed value,
suppose
yeah.
exactly. If you have fixed value, if here is 2024 is a fixed value,
Yeah.
don't need to change.
Yes.
Then you just keep it as a constantly here. No need to somewhere else. So directly it is the year is always wherever you can access. This
Mm-hmm.
year is 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can able to change this structure. So okay.
Mm-hmm.
And also if suppose use this model is also similar kind of example shift only always,
Okay.
but you can use the get and set keywords, then you can make it as a make somewhere else. Shift will get make model is different
Okay.
naming, and somewhere else set you can set some different value
Okay.
wherever utilization classes you can use that way.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
you asking good question this one, that's the way people can understand what is what. Okay, did you get these methods also, is the fine or any questions on these methods?
Yeah. Actually, I didn't see main method. These are all.
That main, yeah, the particularly I just, for example, only I just remove this main method,
Okay.
but we can, that's not a big deal. I just want to make this main method and execute it here, no problem.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, that's the main method is always will be there. For
Okay.
this one, we just, okay, one more I want to show that
Yeah.
always in C sharp, we can create a class like this way.
Okay.
Okay, we can create just for example I had added as in this program class only,
Okay.
but generally there is the whenever the class will create it, right? If
Mm-hmm.
I want to create a car class,
Okay.
okay, so just car.cs, automatically the car file has been created here. Okay,
Mhm.
internal instead, default access modifier is internal. I told you five classes, I mean, five access modifiers are there: public,
Yeah, public, private.
private,
Uh,
and internal and protected,
yeah.
like that. And default as a internal it will be applied, but right now we can use the public
Okay.
because we want to access this thing into main method. So that's the way we can knows that, right, what is going on with the car, like that. So already I make this car. Okay,
Yeah.
suppose I want to use this car
Okay.
into the program class in the main method. Okay,
Okay.
here you can see, right, some using bootstraps C sharp.
Yeah.
Why it is coming? That's the question I will ask. I mean, you can ask, that's fine. Because you without this using, we
Okay.
can't get this car class.
Okay.
Because in our bootstrap is the one library we created. Under this library, we have created a car class. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
In this car class, the namespace which is defined under the namespace, that classes, I mean, basics of C sharp is the namespace. In this namespace we can create number of classes, not only car class. We can create puncture shop or something, some I mean, Honda showroom, a showroom class, different classes, number of classes are will be there. Okay, but I want to access this public class, car class. So I'm trying to access in programming method, static void main. Okay, so automatically, once I'm trying to use the using statement, that namespace is required. Without this, always getting the error. Did you see, observe? The name
Yeah.
car does not exist in the current context. In this
Yeah.
current context, it does not exist because of lack of namespace is not there, right? If
Yeah.
I added this namespace, what is the namespace? Here already I created the namespace basics of C sharp. I just copy this one and pasted here and see the difference. Now car class is available, is a type which is not a valid in the given condition, but it's a type is created. Same like already integer type, string type, these things are there. At the same time, group of this all these types into one unit, the car class is created. The class also being a one kind of type, one kind of data type.
Okay.
Okay, this data type having a multiple data types in a one structure. Okay,
Okay.
so I want to create one object. Last time you asked about the new keyword, why we are using new keyword for this. Like last time we
Yeah.
done for
Yeah.
integer as well as string as well. Like integer, when I'm trying to int array equal to new int, like this we done. Same, why why we are using new, right? If we want to create any object of the class or a data type, we need to use new keyword. This new keyword, without this new keyword we can't create a instance of or object of the class. But basically the new keyword we use for allocating some memory for
Okay.
the object. Actually, for here line number 8, car is a class, and small car, whatever the object, right? I can notation as a object here. Define this type car object has been declared here. But here new car is created. New car. New means here it is allocated a memory for this object, car object, and initialize the object properties. What are the properties are there? And call the whatever the inside the constructor or set of the object. So how you can know that this car object having properties? See, you can see, right? We have a make property, model property, price property, is EV car property, insurance amount, right?
Mm-hmm.
Year also. Did you observe the difference? Because whatever the car class having, make, model, year, is price, and everything will be available in this object, car object. final price, everything. You can here, you can set some value like make a model like Honda, like I can set the value, whatever the making a value is, a get set. You can see, right? String car dot make get and set. Honey, Honda, I can just try to you assign the value here. Instead of make, we already model, already shift has been created here. So why how you can differentiate already in the value is updated, the value is not updated. For here you can see already the value has been updated, the mark of the thing is different. Did you observe this one?
Mm.
Just I want to font increase the font, then people easily can trace that, because it's important concept actually wherever we can use. So whatever already defined in the class, that the different phenomenal of things, if you are not defined the class things, that will be available to assign the value like this, the notation will show like this. So insurance amount, you want to update here insurance amount something, you can observe line number 10, why insurance amount is not assigning.
Because of that symbol is different.
No, no. Actually, okay. We can go with inside here. Insurance amount is, may I just make it as a method. Okay. Already in the method, I have updated the value with 89,000. But I am trying to here assigning the value to insurance amount. That's the reason it doesn't take the value here. That's the way. So always it is make it as a method name, but the value already is there with the method. The method can't be accessed like this, and even we can't assign the value to method here. Method only we can return like this. We have a created one object as a car object. In the car object, we can get the value as a make value, and also we can assign the value here. But for method, we can't assign a value because here we didn't define a get and set keyword. We can see for this each variable we have a get and set keywords. But for this method, there is no get and set keyword, right?
Yeah.
Without get and set keyword, we can't assign and get the values. So that's the reason line number 10 you can't able to assign the value here. Got it right? Both are different. This make model is a one value, this insurance amount is a method. Method can't able to assign a value, but property always you can assign a value. That's is the two different things. The new keyword already I told you, this is allocating a memory for a object. This car is an object. The memory is being allocated. Why the memory is required for allocation required? That question definitely will ask interviewer also. Why I am required a new keyword without new keyword? Why can't able to access the car? Yes, we can access the car. That is the different method. Like we can use the static methods. In upcoming classes I can explain the static method how we can use, but right now this class is differently. I mean, we can, the main mode of this today's class is completely about the classes and objects. Okay, for the class, how we can create a object, we can create a object like this car class with the new keyword. Using this object we can access the all the values from this car class. Make and model year, everything will be accessed through a object. This is the object. Hope everybody can understand this one, because upcoming classes it is very important. You can't make it anything without this. Already I shared, I mean, whatever the example I shared, already coding here something differently here, so people all understand this one. And that the last one, I mean, today I want to give one more important one is constructor. This was also important. because these things and all in regularly we are in the coding. You see, this is my project, right? You can see everywhere we use these classes and all like models. That's what I am briefing, that you people understand this one only in upcoming classes or upcoming videos will understand. Otherwise, we can't make to understand. For a project, this is my project. In every model, I am creating a classes like this: class admin codes, custom class, admin properties, assessments. Like these are all classes. This with these models only, we are going to fetch the data, get the data, update the data. Okay.
Mhm.
Actually, I'm sharing my project example for the classes how we are being used. First, this is the building block of my project. First, this model, without these models, we can't make any change with in this project. So same way, in our here also, I'm saying that car is one class. With this car class, we can get the data from a database and fetch the data and update the data in database like that. So similarly, inside the properties, what are the properties we are placing? Like all the data members and all the methods into one unit, and how we can utilize like using the object stick notation. Okay. And next, I want to just okay, look about the constructor. Actually, make this constructor type here. Okay, we have a car class and we have a constructor with that car class. This is a default constructor. We have, I will explain why we this default constructor is required and parameters constructor is required. But right now I'm discussing about parameterized constructor. Why we are using this parameter constructor, right? If before going to invoke this class or creating an object for this class, this constructor will call and take this whatever the values here, make model year. Suppose in the model in year you are using 2024, but here I want to add, I mean, mine is a 2028, 2027 like that. So I want to pass in the constructor level 2027, that year will be coming as a 2027. It forgot about this line number 27, that always it takes the value of whatever the constructor I can pass, right? That value will always takes it and assign the value. So for this, I just want to execute one example and show you how the constructor and class will be work. Okay.
Yeah, Ram.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any difference between constructor and method?
Yes, definitely. You can see this constructor is there here, but you can't make to, I mean, this constructor can't able to access in this class object. You can't write in the car object. You are able to access the method. This is insurance amount is a method, right? We have a, see, there's a good difference I can tell you here. See this, this is a constructor public with whatever the class name, the constructor name also similar, but there is no extension method name is there. But if you can see the method, we have a particular access modifier and particular return type. Like what is the data type? It is void is a no return data, like string having a return type. So the also the method name also we declared as a display info. Here is the final prime. That's the way we define a methods in the class. Okay. But coming to the constructor, we are not defining any method name or any return type, any things. Only we are using public access modifier and whatever the class name, the class name only we can use in the constructor. With this is the biggest difference between the method and constructor. Method is a different phenomenon and constructor is a different. You got the clarity, right? What is the difference between method and class constructor?
Yes, true.
Yeah. Okay. Suppose I want to execute this one, you can see how it is the execution point of like I am putting debug points this level. You see line number 11 and line number 15, and I can put the methods as well this level. Okay. In program.cs, I want to access car object. Let's see how it will works. Let's I will put the debug point here as well. I'm not printing any result. Just I am showing how the car object or car class is behaving. Okay. So it is first executed from a main program. I already told that the C sharp will always the entry point is public static void main. So it is coming into the car object new car here. So let's see where it is going to hit. Right now it is going to hit this class. It is coming into this class. We have a car class. Directly it is hitting into the constructor. This is the default constructor. Wherever the class has been created the object, here we are created a object car object with a new keyword, then it is going to hit the default constructor public car. Then later on we can hit the next line. It is going to first hit this line and going to the method make an insurance amount. Got it? See, you got the difference. Why it is not hitting this constructor and this constructor? Always the class will be initially the default constructor hitting here. This constructor will hit whenever the changes we can make using this constructor, then only the parameterized constructor will hit. So I can give the example how the this value this way the line number 15 will hit. Just I want to make sure. Suppose here I can pass some values like this. Make right test model int year. Okay, model is Honda Amaze. Year is 2024. Okay. Now this is parameter is constructor. What why I'm telling that parameter is constructor, right? I'm passing the values like a parameters. This one is one kind of parameter is string parameter and year parameter. Now let's see how it is executing now. I didn't put any debug point. Let's see now. Directly it is going to actually it is we executed this class initially, but next it is going to parameters. Whatever the test Honda is, and here coming to the parameter is constructor and assign the value make model and year. We can see right now if it is hit here model make. Let's see the values what are the. You can see here model is make is test. Model is Honda Amaze. Price is 0. Year is 2024. Whatever we are passing into the parameter is constructor like this. That's the way the constructor is being called and defined the values in the parameterized constructor. So you say that I told you if we sometimes we can assign the value here also it will be possible. We can assign the value in the constructor level also is possible. Both the ways we can assign the value and execute it the class and get the details. That's the way constructor will work. The class and constructors are will work, and we have a two types of constructors. One is default constructor with the class name, and one is parameterized constructor with the whatever the parameters if we want to pass different parameters we can pass here. And this constructor will call like this way. In the line number 8 we can create a car object. In this car object, if using the new keyword, the memory is allocated. Within the memory, the car class inside that we can call this constructor overloading method using passing the all the parameters. Hope everybody understand this one or any making confusion. Please let me know. I know some confusion definitely will be there because actually these things are little bit exercises and more practicing, then only we will get knowledge on these classes and so just I'm making as a test, I'm passing here and Honda Amaze 2024. I just accessing car object dot make, then see what is the value here. I hope it should be coming as a test, then only it will work. Let's see, the value is test here because I'm in the car object, I'm passing the test value and Honda Amaze and 2024. I'm just accessing the car object dot make only. If I'm trying to access as a model, then model value coming here. Honda Amaze will come here. Honda Amaze will come here. That's the way the constructor will work and executed this the way car constructor with this parameterized way. Because this is important, that's why I'm stressing more, like in every programming sessions they definitely, I mean, in interviews they will ask the what is the difference between parameterized constructor and default constructor. Default constructor always will initialize the firstly, then parameterized constructor we can pass the values like this. That's the main difference, parameterized and default constructor. This example already I have placed in our discussion, like in meeting notes. You can take the example, use that example. Most of the things already I have covered today, whatever the parameterize and reparameterize these things. And destructor is also there, but you people are very familiar with constructor and above classes only, then I can explain this destructor. Destructor is nothing but whatever that we assign right here, make, model, and year. If I want to remove all these values and make the class as a whatever the existing values, that is called a destructor. But I would like to explain after, if you are practicing this constructor, these things and all, then I will explain that destructor. Otherwise, it is being difficult to get that knowledge on this. Any questions on constructor level, I can answer that. Please ask. Hope everybody understand this class.
Yes.
Okay. Hope tomorrow anyone do the some exercise and share with me. It's more happy and do for the other classes, because I am trying to first once you people are done this one, then I'm directly go to how we can do in the project level, how I can add the class and use this class in my project somewhere like in the project oriented way, other than classes and giving the theoretical part instead of that. So better to do some practice tomorrow, at least 1 to 2 hours on classes, and come up with some exercises values. I will provide some small exercises for classes. You try to do the practice. Okay, let's say we can do tomorrow some more get, I mean, project way of utilizing classes, and where you would like to directly access uses these classes and all that. Okay, today we can end up the session with this one. Hope everybody good. Then I can wind up the call. If you any questions, please let me know in the chat. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thanks, Ram.